Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings. Tarot from the heart. We're going to do your week ahead, 12th to the 18th. Weekly check-in. We use two Barbara Moore decks. She's amazing, this lady is. Tarot in Wonderland, illustrated by Eugene Smith, and the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. You know, it's funny, I bought this months ago, looked at it and thought, oh, it's not for me, I'll put it in, you know, to the back. And then I took it out yesterday and I thought, this is actually really incredible, we're going to use it. So it's amazing, illustrated by Julia Jeffrey. We also use a new deck of mine called the Ancestral Path Tarot by Julia Kuchar-Watts. And Spiritual Advice, beautiful deck this is. Spiritual Advice is via Doreen Virtue and Radley Virtue's Angel Answers. Your 15 card reading at the end, dealing with other energies coming in, your work, your finance and your love life for the week. We are looking at the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. Poppy Paling, we're using that, and we're also getting spiritual guidance from the Romance Angels in the romance area, Angels of Abundance in the work and finance area, and any other advice you might need for the week. I'll try and be very thorough in these readings. Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn. Okay, there we go. Let's get shuffling. Okay, Capricorn, all your cards are down. Let's have a look. You guys are showing us being this week, Capricorn. Oh, Hanged Man. Is that meant to be reversed? Yeah, it is. You're the Hanged Man reversed, or this is called the Hanged One. No, it's not actually reversed. What am I talking about? You're the Hanged One in the right position. I think that you guys are going through a slow rebirth. And I really like the version of this Hanged Man card, the Hanged One. It shows a baby who is ready to be born. Slow progress, slow change, slow rebirth. Somebody's going through the birthing channel, which I often think of the Hanged Man, you know, the way it's normally drawn on the cards. I often think of the Hanged Man as being that, as being somebody who's going through the birthing channel. They're going through a rebirth, but it's a slow and gradual transformation, one in which they're learning many things because they are being forced to look at things from a very, very different perspective. Because I think that when things, and for me, the Hanged Man is not just about making personal sacrifices, and it's not just a card that says there's a hold-up. These cards, when they're aspected by certain things, can indicate hold-ups or things being held in suspension, or you know, somebody who's lazy or just relaxing. And you know, these cards mean all sorts of things, not just one thing, all sorts of things. But this shows on its own, and you guys are definitely, I think, going through a slow rebirth. And usually when you're going through a slow rebirth, what's happening is that you're experiencing difficult energies. You know, so we have things like these retrogrades that are there to test us on a yearly or whatever basis, because it's there to say, well, what have you learned? You know, so we're going to put this really testing situation in front of you, and we're going to, you know, we're going to ask you to deal with this. And this kind of test that's put in front of you is actually designed to not only teach you something about yourself, not only help you to kind of understand yourself on a deeper level, but it's also designed to help you to transform. And though that kind of period might be a very difficult one, it might be a period where you're asking, well, why me? I don't think that you're stuck. The card doesn't suggest stuck with the picture. It shows slow rebirth, shows slow birth. So because you're already here, Capricorn, really this is about you going through a slow process. There's a gradual rebirthing, a slow gradual transformation some of you are going through. And I feel that what comes along with this week, probably, Capricorn, is an understanding or some form of an epiphany or realization that might have happened. What's the theme for the week? The Two of Coins is the theme for the week. And it's interesting on this one, it's almost like this woman is looking into, I should read booklets when they come with new cards, but I never do. I just read from what I see on the card and what I feel on the card. She's looking at a bear. It's almost like she's looking at her mum. Bears in readings usually represent maternal figures. So it's almost like she's looking at again, from this Two of Coins, that you're almost looking at an ancestor or somebody who passed over. And it's almost like you're speaking to someone through a very much a dream state. And one of the meanings of the Two of Coins is a positive transformation that's happening. So two cards for me that are indicating transformation. One is this Two of Coins, where I feel that some of you guys are receiving messages from the other side, especially perhaps if you've had a parent, a mother, or somebody who you were very close to, somebody who was probably very maternal to you. I feel that not all of you, but certainly some of you are probably, very connected, and you've had visions and you've had dreams about people who meant a lot to you, people who are guiding you. And this is like somebody who's guiding you through a dream or through a vision. So I think that could be one of the themes. It almost reminds me of Judgment. There is a call to action here. Somebody's saying to you, you must do this, Capricorn, you know. And there you are this week, slowly but surely going through a gradual transformation, because the theme is that there has to be this week some form of transformation. But the transformation of and change and adjustment of the Two of Coins is usually for the better with the Two of Coins energy. What is the goal that you have for the week? To stand your ground in an argument, in a fight. Five of Wands energy. Your goal would never be to feel anxious or nervous. It's to stand your ground. The other version, is it the 4? No, sorry, it's not the 5, it's the 4. The 4 of Wands, well, the goal for the week is to be happy. It's to feel satisfied. It's to be with family. It's to be with friends. It's to enjoy yourself. It's to celebrate, because this is the card about events and celebrations. But you can see that this is about the dance as well on this particular deck. People are playing music. So your goal this week is just to feel happy and light and, you know, to dance and to have a bit of joy and to have just a really nice week, which is what the 4 of Wands is. Maybe this is about spending time with family or spending time with friends with the 4 of Wands energy. The goal is to feel happy and content and joyful. Whoever is around you, but the core of everything is about happiness and joy. What is the obstacle? The 8 of Wands is the obstacle. I don't see this as a... because the 8 of Wands is all about things being kicked into action. So there's an obstacle to you that you need to overcome this week, and that is the 8 of Wands. It might be that there's a lot of things to do. 8 of Wands can mean many things. 8 of Wands can mean that action is being kicked up. 8 of Wands can mean things happening really quickly. 8 of Wands can mean that you're really busy. It's a time of being very, very proactive. 8 of Wands can mean messages. 8 of Wands can mean spiritual advancement. And it might be that that's it, because that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, I could have thought about it on a more practical level, but, you know, a more kind of earthly context level. But I feel that this is more spiritual. It's almost like, well, how spiritually advanced are you in terms of this? Because the 8 of Wands is all about, you know, raising your vibrations is what the 8 of Wands, because Wands deal with the spiritual side of the tarot as well. So when you get cards like 8 of Wands, where there's, you know, all those arrows are going through the air, all those wands are floating through the air, it's all about spiritual advancement and heightened spiritual vibes. And the obstacle might be about feeling that, because your goal for the week is to feel happy, it's to feel joy. With the 8 of Wands energy, it's to feel good about life. It's to dance and to sing and just feel as light as a feather, and to celebrate and to be around family and friends and go to a few events or let your hair down or something like that. But the obstacle for you might be, well, the obstacle that you need to overcome. Some of you guys, because those 8 wands, I mean, they're not going through the air, they're actually depicted as arrows going through. But the 8 of Wands nevertheless is what the 8 of Wands is. So for some of you, it may be the obstacle that you need to have. I mean, it's not reversed, which suggesting that the energy level is low. If anything, your energy level might be too high. So this might be actually speaking about the obstacle you need to overcome is in defining if this is elation more than anything else. Because I often see the 8 of Wands as being a card about elation, where one minute we feel really, really good, we feel as high as a kite, we feel amazing. And then the next minute we go on this terrible downer. You know, it's almost like, what do they call it? Bipolar. I'm not saying you're bipolar, but it almost feels like that. And because these are wands going upwards, obviously it's in the upright, the obstacle you might need to overcome is with the 8 of Wands. I mean, some of you guys, the obstacle might be being really busy, so not having enough time to achieve this goal, for example. And some of you guys, it might be you need to overcome the personal obstacle of kind of just wanting to do everything all at once with the 8 of Wands energy without taking a back step and really thinking about how you're going to achieve that. What could you be accomplishing or achieving in the week? Yeah, it's nice. Healing and rest, it's lovely. Because the 4 of Swords is that. You could be achieving downtime, and which is what you want really with the 4 of Wands, Capricorn. What you want is to, because this is the same sort of vibe as this energy here, it really is. Because with the 4 of Wands, we're spending time with our loved ones, we're enjoying life, we're drinking, we're eating, we're dancing, we're playing music, we're having lots of jokes and laughter, everybody's letting their hair down. And that's the same kind of vibe as this, because what you're achieving is at least you're getting some downtime in some way or another. I think that this is more busyness, because that's the obstacle you need to overcome, that you've got a lot of stuff going on with that 8 of Wands. But you know, and this is happening between these two energies here, because if your goal is, I want to spend time with my friends, I want to spend time with my family, I want to have a good time, I want to, you know, just dance and sing and laugh and joke and blah, 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 and all of this stuff. But then, and, you know, my problem isn't what's getting in the way, is I've got all these things that I need to attend to, you know, I've got all these, you know, things that I've got, you know, all this busy time that I've got to contend with. I've got to do the kids, I've got to do the shopping, I've got to work, you know, I've just got this really kind of hectic, because the Eight of Wands can also be about hectic energy. So what the obstacle you need to overcome is that lots and lots of hectic stuff going on. So where does this leave you in achieving this, Capricorn? Well, the universe is saying, but you could be achieving still the downtime that you need and the rest and the recuperation that you're looking for. Because you are going through a gradual change, and I think that gradual change is concerning the theme for the week. A transformation, a positive transformation, in which some of you guys have been told by an ancestor or by a, you know, a nurturing, motherly type of figure, male or female, that you've got to rest and you've got to take it a bit more easy, because some of you are always on the go. That could, if it's not an ancestor or a loved or a passed on loved one, maybe it's somebody around you now who's got your best interest at heart. And what do you need to avoid? Well, you need to avoid the Eight of Cups, apparently. I feel that it's, remember with tarot, you don't always read the cards in, you know, whatever the meaning. It wouldn't make any sense to ever do that in a reading. To read a card in terms of what the absolute meaning is, when it's going to sound weird with everything else. Here, and this energy here, I think, Capricorn, has to definitely be tied with this energy here, because the Four of Wands is about being close to people, you know, and it's usually people that you know, because it's a family card, you know, it's a family and it's a close friendship card. All these people know each other. They're playing their flutes, their recorders, and they've got flowers in their hair, and, you know, there's a community of people. So, you know, your goal is to involve yourself in a community of people, whether it's your family, your friends, your work colleagues, whatever it is, and just to relax and have a good time. But but you need to avoid, you know, need to overcome the obstacle that there's, you know, life is life, and that sometimes energies are all over the place, and sometimes you have to contend with all of those things that you've got to do with the Eight of Wands. Sometimes life gets really hectic with that card, but you will be achieving peace and respite by the end of the week, which is nice with the Four of Swords energy, but you need to avoid going outside of the house to do it. Do you see what I mean? Because she looks a bit pissy, doesn't she? You need to avoid going outside of the house to do it. Now, I noticed that there's a pig. I'm wondering if somebody around you is a pig, because they've got a bonnet on. I'm wondering if there's somebody in your home who's a bit of a pig or something like that, because it's almost like you need to avoid just kind of going out of the house or storming out to get the peace that you're looking for, because it's like she needs a breather. And I think the universe is saying you need to avoid going outside of your environment to get the breather, because if there are problems, you need to kind of sort them inside the group rather than outside of it. What do you need to embrace this week? The Two of Swords. That you are probably, with this Two of Swords energy, it could be two things that you need to embrace. Number one, it might be that you are faced with a very important decision. Do I do it this way or do I do it that way? I know that I'm going through a gradual change. I know that this week it's all about the Two of Coins energy. The Two of Coins could be, well, this week the energy is about things that are really kind of busy. The energy is about I'm wanting and I'm looking for a positive transformation. The energy is I'm being told by, whether it's passed on loved ones or ancestors or friends here now who have my best interests at heart, because they show up as the bear, maternal and loving, and I'm this person here sitting and listening to these words of wisdom, that I need to slow down. So I'm going through this general and this kind of gradual change this week that kind of was precipitated by maybe, you know, feeling overly tired, or maybe realizing that I had to wind things down a little bit, you know. And even though my goal for the week is to have fun and relax and enjoy, you know, my community, my friends, my family, dance and eat and sing, I know that the obstacle I need to overcome is that life is very hectic right now. But I know that by the end of the week, what I could achieve is some peace and respite and a little bit of recovery here. Now, I know that I need to avoid going outside of the house to get that. If I've got problems in my own community, in my own family, in the workplace, whatever, I need to sort it out inside. I know I've got a right pig who I can't stand, but I need to sort it out on the inside rather than the outside. Okay, and also I think that there's a metaphor for this as well, actually. I think that you need to avoid trying to sort things out from the outside rather than the in, because she's outside rather than in. So if you do have kind of really kind of difficult energies, maybe you need to go inward. This is about getting personal insight with this Eight of Cups on how you're going to sort the issue out, rather than thinking, well, I'll sort it out, and everything that, you know, everything is resolvable on the outside. You know, maybe if I buy myself a new pair of shoes, it will be resolvable. You know, maybe if I, you know, indulge in, you know, a shopping spree, you know, maybe this is something spiritually that you need to sort out on the inside the door, rather than the outside. Because the pig also represents wealth and greed, and that's on the outside. Maybe you shouldn't be focusing on that, maybe. Not greed, but maybe the external things that come along with that can possibly... For some people, they feel that having external things will bring satisfaction. Maybe there's something internal here that you need to mend first. But you do need to embrace that this is a time for focusing on the self and blocking everything else as well. Some of you guys need to embrace you are going to be faced with a decision on how you're going to get that kind of gradual change that you're looking for. This week, it's about spending time with family, friends, community. Even though it's hectic, you're going to achieve it by the end of the week. You're going to achieve some recovery. This week, it's that. But who knows what next week brings. And this, for me, is about a positive long-term change. And it might be, you know, you need to embrace that this is a situation in which you're going to be faced with a decision. Do you go this way or do you go that way in order of gaining enlightenment on how you're going to enforce these long-term changes in your lifestyle, in how you've been living up to now, Capricorn. You might also need to embrace that you're going to have to go inward. Two of Swords is all about gaining internal ideas, about gaining insight and having to block everything else out around you. So you might need to kind of embrace that maybe there is some time that is needed alone with that Two of Swords as well. Also, if you need to avoid the Eight of Cups going outside of the house rather than inside to resolve an issue, because that's the only reason that you'd go out and do that, perhaps. You might need to embrace with the Two of Swords that maybe whatever is in there that you don't agree with, you're just going to have to block it out, especially if you're looking for peace and recovery by the end of the week. Where can you gain support from if you need it? The Four of Swords shows again in this deck. You've got Four of Swords here and the Four of Swords here. I think it's from yourself, Capricorn, because it's saying that you can achieve recovery by the end of the week, recharging your batteries. And if you want to gain support and help, then maybe this is simply to do with just taking some time out. Maybe this is meditation. Four of Swords is a meditative card. So if you want support and help concerning this, maybe you just need to, you know, meditate. Could be maybe speak to your doctor. You know, Four of Swords is all about healing. So maybe you need to do some healing practices, just about winding down, listen to a soothing voice, that type of thing. And what is the advice that the angels can give you this week, Capricorn? What is the advice, Capricorn, that you have for... Sorry, what is the advice, angels, that you have for Capricorn on this reading? The advice is, it's not the right time. Recovery... There's something better. It's not the right time for recovery. I think that you'll have recovery in a different way. But there's something better. Maybe there's something here in this reading that you're trying to mend. But it's saying it's not the right time to try and mend this thing. I don't think it's with you. I think, if anything, that this thing will lie in the fact that you're going outside of the house rather than in it to mend it. Because you need to avoid doing that. Nothing else in the reading feels off, though. Except these two cards. Because you might need to face that you need to... It might be avoid going outside of the house, you know, outside of a situation to mend it rather than dealing with it inside. However, you need to embrace that maybe the only way that you can deal with the situation, especially if there's some form of altercation with another, is by just cutting them out, just by remaining silent and not saying anything. Especially if you're going out in a huff and you've argued with someone, well, maybe you need to embrace that the best thing that you can do is stay inside the house but just keep quiet. Don't say anything, okay? And it might be that that's why it's not the right time to try and heal or recover a situation, because there's something better ahead of you showing up there. With that, there's something better card. There's something better, and there will be a peaceful resolution. Okay, you need to let go, though, of the situation. Okay, showing here. So it says not the right time for recovery. I think this is something to do with maybe another that you've got an altercation with. All right, it's best probably to keep silence, because Two of Swords is also verbal silence. All right, so you might need to embrace this verbal silence, especially if you're going outside and it's telling you avoid kind of going out of your house or leaving your place of safety because you're going into an argument or a problem. Just embrace silence as well with the Two of Swords, and therefore it's not the right time for recovery or healing or something with whoever this person is. There is something better down the road though. There's going to be a peaceful resolution, but right now you just need to let it go. Okay, that is your reading, my darlings. I'm going to quickly do your 15 card reading. Bear with me. Okay, Capricorn, here's your reading. So other general energies, what can we see? Strength. So overcoming of obstacles is the strength energy this week. Could also be a Leo individual. Okay, so you're holding strong in a difficult time here. I'm seeing for the week there is, some of you guys, there could be frustration around a Leo individual, or somebody who has a very strong presence maybe with that strength energy. But also some of you guys are holding strong in a very difficult time. Possibly some mental worries, fears going on. The Eight of Swords is usually the card of anxiety. So some of you guys holding strong, though you're feeling probably very anxious. Queen of Cups, some of you guys needing to talk about it as well. Some of you guys might be anxious about a water sign individual or a friend. Holding strong, feeling anxious about a water sign friend maybe, or this could be your, you're feeling anxious around a Leo or somebody who with a very, very strong personality needing to get some advice, or simply just trying to hold strong in a very difficult time. Probably some anxiety, probably some emotional anxiety potentially showing here, or just some anxiety needing to speak to a friend, or anxiety around an individual. However, this will be overcome, the Sun energy, and I feel that somebody's going to help you to overcome this with the Sun energy. Somebody's going to help you to see these things clearly. I think it might be a friend. This Queen of Cups is usually a counselor. She's usually very friendly. I'm seeing a friend helping you to see things clearly with the Sun energy. Magician, this is all about taking action as well, showing up when the Magician shows up too. Okay. Yeah, so it's interesting because I feel that there's, the three major arcanas as well. They're good major arcanas. Magician's a good one, and the Sun. Okay, but the Sun and the Magician, sometimes this can be seeing someone's manipulation for what it is, because the Sun is clarity and this is manipulation. So maybe somebody's helping you to see someone's manipulation as well with that Magician. I'm just reading the cards in all sorts of ways here. Let's read this again. Holding out strength. Could be for some of you guys, there's a Leo. Frustration with a Leo. Getting some advice. Maybe the advice is on how you can call out their manipulation with that Sun. Suns also mean to expose. A manipulation. Exposure, Sun of a manipulation. Some of you guys holding strong in possibly going through a depression as well, Capricorn. Lots of anxiety. I see if you're doing that, Queen of Cups would be a counsellor. Probably getting counselling. Okay. Counselling, the Sun energy, possibly a desire as well. So getting counselling, there's a desire here for some of you guys with that Sun energy to start kind of being proactive again with the Magician, to start creating new things and start just getting proactive in the community again as well. So I feel that maybe some of you guys are getting some advice. Could be from somebody medical or somebody who deals with counselling or something, and they're going to help you. They're going to help you with this Sun energy to become more proactive with that Magician and to take action. There's a desire to take action here. Let's look at the other cards. So love, Three of Swords. Oh wow, what's going on here? I mean, this is good here. Three of Swords, heartbreak, third party sometimes. Okay. Eight of Coins. So there's a little bit of disappointment, I think, with this Three of Swords coming in. It's to do with the Eight of Coins. Some of you guys were really putting a lot of effort into a relationship, Capricorn, with the Eight of Coins energy. The Eight of Wands, rushing is the eight. You've got two eights here. Eights mean changes in the tarot and mastering skills or mastering a situation. So this is fleeting energy, though, the Eight of Wands energy, or rushing. Okay, King of Coins. So communication as well with a King of Coins. This is the communication. I feel some of you guys are heartbroken. You were really working hard on your communication with an individual here, a King of Coins. But then King of Coins can be you. But I think this is somebody else, actually. Ten of Wands energy, lots of pressure though. This person might have been really busy at work, because King of Coins is usually a rich dude, and he's usually somebody who likes money and he's really successful. But with great pressure comes, with great success comes great responsibility as well. So it might actually be that what this is saying is that this week, Capricorn, you might be feeling a little bit heartbroken, a little bit sad. You're putting a lot of effort into kind of advancing things as well, because the Eight of Wands means to advance. I think some of you guys are feeling upset because you've been putting a lot of effort into, or you'll be putting a lot of effort into advancing a relationship with an individual, a King of Coins. But I actually feel that this individual is very successful potentially, and it might be that this person's a little bit under pressure. It might be that it's not that they don't like you, Capricorn, it's just that right now they can't give everything to the relationship. They look really big, really busy and pressured at work with those two cards. Finally, the work and finance, Capricorn. Juggling. Seeing juggling here with the Two of Coins energy showing up here. Some of you guys are juggling work. It looks like there's a new enterprise or a new venture. Some of you guys are juggling money as well. Page of Coins means a small amount of money. So some of you guys are trying to make money stretch, probably. Because the Two of Coins is all about management. So, and this is a small amount of money. Some of you guys might be trying to manage a small amount of money. Page of Coins energy showing here. Five of Swords, probably feeling defeated with that Five of Swords energy. However, there are friends around you with that Three of Cups energy who can help with the Ace of Cups. Alright? Right? So don't worry about it, Cappies, okay? Some of you guys are juggling with a small amount of money. You're trying to make it stretch. You're trying to manage it. And you are feeling defeated. But just know that you've got friends who can help you. The Ace of Cups is all about offering help. You know, friends, Three of Cups who can help you. Ace of Cups, love. Three of Swords, feeling a bit defeated, a bit depressed maybe, heartbroken, putting a lot of work in advancing a relationship with a King of Coins, but this person's probably really busy, which is why they're not calling you back and stuff like that. Don't be so defeatist. You don't know, you know, that might be a perfectly innocent explanation. Some of you guys need the strength. You're holding strong. I get the impression that you're just feeling really down, Capricorn, for some of you guys, because I've got you guys holding strong here. Might also be pressure with a Leo, but holding strong. Face of anxiety for some of you guys, or depression showing it. Seeing you getting some help though with the Queen of Cups, speaking to a friend or something here. Okay, the Sun energy, clarity. You're probably getting some clarity, or there's a desire here with the Magician energy to start being proactive again. So it's good in a way, because I think that some of you guys have been, and I certainly feel that you're holding strong. Your willpower is stronger than your depression or your anxiety, because it's a major arcana as well. So I certainly feel, and you've also got with the Strength card, this dog next door. And the dogs on cards mean friends, okay? In any card, any type of divination, a dog will be a friend. So I do feel, Capricorn, even though you've been feeling anxious, you've been holding strong with that Strength card. You do have a friend that you can speak to. It's just like friends that will help you, even if you're going through, you know, tough times financially. And I feel with the Sun energy, because your desire is with this Sun energy to get back on the horse again, to start being proactive and just to start getting, you know, active again, which is what the Magician is, which is really nice. Let's get quickly your spiritual advice, Capricorn. So Universe Spirit, what's the spiritual advice you have for Capricorn on this reading? For love. Show me for love. They're heartbroken. They've been working hard to advance, push a relationship forward with the King of Coins. I think this person's really busy though. Show me Ten of Wands. Know that that's like being pressured in work. I think this person's really pressured in work. What advice can you give to Capricorns on this situation? It's just the honeymoon period. So just enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. What the card's trying to tell you, Capricorn, is this sounds like it might be at the early stages. So just enjoy the relationship for what it is. It's just the honeymoon period. You know, you don't need to take anything too serious. Just enjoy the relationship for what it is at the moment. You've got too many expectations probably on the relationship of this person, with this person. What's the other stuff? Let's have a look. So we want to get also advice about your work, because I feel that some of you guys are really kind of juggling, but this is money, I think this is. And I think some of you guys are really trying to manage short amount of money. Small amount of money is the Page of Coins. You only got a little bit of money when you're doing the Page of Coins. Trying to manage that small amount of money, feeling defeated, but friends will help. What is the advice for Capricorn on that? On their money situation or anything else, money or work, whatever you want to give us. What is the advice? That one wants to come out. It says quiet retreat. It says it's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Okay? So certainly if you're going through difficulties with money, friends will help, but also what you need to do is just really sit down and really reflect and do a little bit of meditation on where you know, and how you're going to sort the situation out. It might be something that was happening for quite a while. Okay, it's time to kind of do a bit of hermit style stuff and kind of reflect and do some research on how you're going to resolve maybe a problem with cash. Let's have a quick look at, finally, your tea leaf cards. If I can get this open, there we go. And we're going to just have a look at what the universe has to say to you. What's the advice you can give to Capricorn this week, please? Universe, what's the advice that you can give to Capricorn? Let's have a look. So 1, 2, and then we've got a 3. Okay, Capricorn, the advice is for the week. Broken wishbone. Unfortunately, a wish may not be granted for some of you guys. Don't shoot the messenger. Bull. Do not back down, though, from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. We've got that there. And then owl. Good advice from a wise person, which I'm seeing in this area here, okay? So, says here, a wish may not be granted. However, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. And you could receive some good advice from a wise person, which is this person here, the Queen of Cups. Okay, and also the Magician is communication and the Sun is positive. So, you know, it might be if you are standing strong in the face of anxiety with the Eight of Swords or restrictions or problems, you could be getting some good advice, good communication from this individual as well, showing up here. All right, that is your reading, my darlings. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like a private reading with me, click through to the website, details in the comments section or at the end of the video. Okay, that's it. Have a great week, my darlings. Take care. Bye bye.